All right, guys. So we're here to talk about how awesome the Eldar book is and how much you love it. How much you love playing against Eldar. Okay, go ahead.
Mason doesn't like the Eldar. I've never liked Eldar, but I especially don't like this new shenanigans of, hold on, I can move forward. Hold on.
But it's only like 4 or 5 inches on average. What's the problem?
You can't ever catch them. So, Guardians, the regular Guardians only have 12-inch range.
Yeah. Right.
But they move up to 6 inches to get within their 12-inch range.
Right.
Just right at the edge. All of them just shoot you.
Yeah. Right.
So they're reducing the size of your unit because sixes are AP too.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and
they're shortening the range.
Which is, can we just do the math hammer on that for 20 Guardians?
Yeah.
It's 40 shots.
They hit on threes now.
You're going to hit 27 times.
Yeah.
And then out of those 27 hits, 3 up, 2/3, so 27 times. Yeah. And then out of those, you're going to get 4, 5, 6s.
Something like that, yeah.
That's pretty brutal.
So
it's
now you've got
really good.
You just take off 4 Space Marines, basically.
Well, and then you
that's huge.
Then you run away, right? Because the battle focus. You're like, okay, I move up, I shoot, and then I run away.
If you don't like that roll, I have fleet. I can re-roll it.
Fleet. I'm just going to roll it again.
So it's like a guaranteed 4+, because you're going to get 4 most of the time.
Right.
All right.
At least
much more likely. Yeah.
Well, there's a 25% chance that you'll get a 3 or less.
Yeah.
Which is low. And there's a 33% chance that you're going to get a 6 out of the 2.
Yep.
2 dice rolls.
So pretty brutal, because so they just lead. They in theory can lead non-shooting units, salty units around. They just kind of like.
Yeah, the only way you can catch them is if you have a super.
Because you take the casualties from the front.
Yeah. So
they run up, they shoot the boys at 12 inches, then they fleet back, say 4 inches.
Then they get to Overwatch.
So now they're 16 inches away.
Then they get to Overwatch.
Oh, and then they Overwatch.
Oh, look, it's even further now. It's like, ah!
And Eldar can take divination, which means it's possible for them to get the power that allows them to.
What's it? Foreboding.
Yeah, foreboding. That's the one.
Oh, that too. Oh,
yes,
God.
Foreboding. Ballistics. Yeah, Overwatch at ballistic skill.
Wow, awesome. Oh, that's great. I can't wait to play Rich Kilton with my Eldar.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to get in some practice games. Yeah, definitely. Because I owe Rich Kilton a trouncing.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, he needs one pretty bad.
He trounced you pretty bad?
Oh, yeah, he took my Tyranids to the cleaners.
One of the other things that's cool about them is you can do, the Eldar Farseers can take divination and their own powers. And both the Primaris power of each of them is like the same power. It's one of them's guide, which is 24 inches reroll to hit in shooting, and the other one is prescience, which is reroll to hit both in close combat and shooting, but only 12-inch range. So your Eldar Farseer is like, okay, well, I'm going to roll on the Eldar pit table. Oh, I don't like that power. Drop it for my guide. And then you're like, okay, now I'm going to roll on the divination table. I don't like that power. Okay, now I have divination, or now I have Prescience, thank you. Yeah. And so now I can
reroll shooting.
I
for
have
2 different units.
2 different units. Reroll to shoot. Mm-hmm. 1 Farseer, 100 points.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, they still kept Doom and Fortune, but now they're random, so you may not get them.
Right.
And Fortune, even though it's better than it was, because it's 24 inches and affects any friendly unit, which is Tau,
not all
and Dark
units.
Eldar units. They just affect them now.
Oh, yeah.
Got it. So there's no question whether or not that those shadow fields can be re-rollable, because they are now. You can make a re-rollable shadow field.
Well, and I was looking up, Shuriken weapons have Blade Storm now, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay, why not just say they're rending? The only difference is they don't get rending against vehicles.
Yeah, they can't hurt vehicles.
Shuriken weapons are rending. It's the same phrasing in both of them.
Well, it's a good thing they have a different rule because rending means you can affect a vehicle.
Right. I'm just saying it's as good as rending except in that one thing against vehicles. So who cares?
Did they increase the points on Guardians? I can't remember.
No, they decreased
them.
Yeah. No, they did. They increased it by 1.
They're 9 points each. They used to be 8.
Totally worth it, just for the battle lust or whatever.
Battle focus. They get battle focus, and Shuriken weapons get rending effectively.
Yeah. Well,
that's huge.
Ballistic skill.
It's
increase.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
The ballistic skill increase was big,
and ballistic skill too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Guardian for 1 point got +1 ballistic skill, rending, and run and shoot or shoot.
Well, and the way they changed their gun too, so their gun is an actual model now, and it also the gun has a different save even.
Yeah,
and the gun also allows that one guy, he can still move with the battle focus and shoot at full ballistic skill because it gives that one model relentless.
So your lance, you can just be like, oh, I'm going to move forward and shoot my lance, and then run, or move forward, run, and then shoot it. It's like, so you're never not going to be in range with your lances or your missile launchers and stuff.
I do not understand what you just said.
Okay, so Guardians take weapon platforms with them.
The weapon platform.
The weapon platform now, whereas before it was just ignored, right?
Right.
And now it is an actual model with a toughness, with an armor save, and whoever shoots it, one Guardian, instead of shooting his regular weapon, counts as relentless when he shoots it. So you can still move and shoot it and then run, or move, run, and shoot it at full ballistic skill.
Okay, so the weapon platforms basically get
So it's like,
battle
I have
focus
this
as well.
mobile,
Yes.
heavy missile launcher or whatever that can run around and shoot freely, just
That it
willy-nilly.
can move
That's
up,
how they
shoot, and
willy-nilly.
then run back. So the whole army, even the infantry, has effectively the old pop-up attacks thing.
Yeah.
It used to be they had rules for Eldar skimmers that they could go like this. They go brup, and then they would pop up, and then they could go back down to the same thing. They got vertical movement, in like 2nd edition or something.
Interesting.
The old Eldar pop-up attack.
They're going kind of back to that with a lot of stuff, it seems like.
Yeah, lots of earlier edition stuff.
OverWatch type thing.
Lots of old gear coming back in.
Yeah,
they're-
it's good.
They're really
I'm
cool.
reading the book a lot, and I love everything that I see.
Warp spiders, super brutal. I played a game last night and I got super lucky. His warp spiders hit. He decimated. He blew up a bunch of a unit, and I actually did really well because I had cover saves and feel no pain. So otherwise a lot more of my guys would have died.
Yeah.
But
You're playing Blood Angels.
I was playing Blood Angels. He
Okay.
still destroyed most of the unit, and then he ran. And then he was like, "Oh, okay." So I arrived, and now I'm going to battle focus away, and then because they're jump jet infantry, I'm also going to go 2d6 inches in the assault phase away as well. And then if they had ever had a turn, and I got lucky because I shot a bunch of them and then they ran away off the table. They run away 3d6 inches, and he just rolled bad on morale.
Right.
But if they had been able to move, they can move a d6, or they can choose to do their warp jump, which is 2d6 plus 6 during the movement phase. And if they roll doubles, they still remove a model randomly. But if they don't roll doubles, they just okay, now I'm here.
Then we back away again.
And then we were like, okay, now I can battle focus forward if I still don't have enough range, because their guns are only 12 inch range. And now I shoot, and then I run away.
Yeah, and they're strength 6, AP nothing.
Yes, 2 shots.
But they have monofilament.
So
as the
they're
rule.
a 6 to wound is AP 1.
Right.
And
And now I don't understand AP 1. I guess that would matter against vehicles.
Vehicles,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. And that was the old fluff, is that they would the wire would get inside a tank and whip
Discombobulate
around
everything.
and just dismember the crew. So brutal.
Right. It's pretty good. I mathed it out. They can go 36 inches in one turn.
Who can? The warp spiders?
Warp spiders.
spiders.
If they were to roll 6s on all the rolls they make, they
Yeah.
can go. They can
Yeah,
go-
well, Dave was saying, I'm like, what's good in the book? He's like, the whole book, except Banshees.
Banshees got cheaper, but they got cheaper, but
Still 6th
they
edition.
now fact all of them to be swords, and they're not initiative 10 anymore. They instead on the charge, no longer when they're charged,
They reduce the enemy's
reduce-
initiative by
but
5.
only when they charge.
Oh, wow.
So if they get charged flat-footed, they're probably going to die.
Yeah.
And they don't go through. It doesn't matter very much, but if you happen to be playing against a player with lots of 2-up armor saves, they're flat useless because all of their weapons are AP3 swords.
Tinkety tink, yeah. You know who I'm loving is the Wraith Guard.
Wraith Guard are amazing.
Because
Those kids are
you
cool.
move up in a wave serpent, you turn around, you drop your Wraith Guard with D sides 6 inches out.
Yep.
All those templates hit, ignoring cover, AP2, strength 4, and then you use vectored engines to flip your wave serpent back around. And those guys they're tough.
They're brutal.
Did they
3
have
armor, you get
battle
the
focus
Spirit
too?
Seer with them.
They
don't have battle
they
focus.
don't.
Oh, okay.
It's possible at the end, and supplement might give them that. But they do have this thing where
that's what I've read. Is that the Eand and supplement?
Spirit Seers, the leader that makes them troops. Spirit Seers, they can spirit guide. They put a token basically.
And that's not a psychic power. They just do it.
They just do it. They mark one guy, and you get to re-roll ones to hit. with you guys.
Well, and Wraithguard, kind of, they cover the spectrum. You got the D cannons or the D, what are they called?
D-sides.
Yeah, there's D-sides, which are templates, like flamers.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's anti-massed infantry. And then you've got...
Well, actually, the close combat, right?
Yeah, and so and then they have the ones that are strength 10, AP 1, or whatever it is.
They're all two. Within the
Is it to AP 2?
They're all the
same.
But maybe the end codex changes that.
And then you can have the ones with swords that have 2 attacks that are AP 2, I think, ghost swords or whatever it is.
I'm not impressed by them.
And then you can have the axe and the shield.
The strength as user, they're power weapons basically. Maybe they're +1, strength +1 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sent
strength 6.
They're really gross, and they're really nasty offensive weapon, and they're really tough. And I watched them take Banner of Devastation, Bolter Fire, and just basically survive through it because they're toughness 6.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I drew out their Overwatch, lost a couple guys in a 2-man unit to Overwatch, and then sent in Corbulo. And it took him a while, but Corbulo dealt with all of them by himself.
And the new models are ridiculously awesome. They're great.
By the way,
so yeah,
105 points, best 105 point character in the game. Best 105 points in the Blood Angel Codex. It's the only thing we have!
Really? I had Corbulo make 100+ saves against Banner of Devastation Dark Angel army.
Okay, so hold on a second. So let's do the math. How many Stormbolter shots are coming out of a unit with
Banner
of Devastation?
40. There's 9 of them. Well, if you don't have a heavy weapon, it's 10 of them. So it's 40 shots.
So 40 shots. Are they re-roll to hit?
If they prescience that unit, then yes.
Okay, let's say yes then.
So it's like you're looking at like
now
37
you hit
hits
like,
or something.
you'd hit 2/3, which would be 36, not 36. What am I? There'd be about 27.
Yeah.
Re-roll the last 13, so you're going to convert about 7. No, you're going to convert about 8. So 35 hits, let's say.
Yeah.
So now to wound, now you need 6s. So you get 6 wounds, and then a 3-up save. You're going to kill 2 guys per round. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that is not bad.
It's pretty
That is
brutal.
not bad.
Pretty brutal.
It's nice. All right. So what else about Eldar? Or are you guys out of steam?
The Wraith Knights are actually better than I thought they would be.
Was the character J-Ro bought? I played a game with J-Ro, and he played Dave. Was the character in their book?
Karandris? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he as good though?
They were good. They are not as good as they are now. They are way better.
Yeah.
All of the Phoenix Lords got better. They're just killing machines.
So I was playing them last night.
They're like
he killed
furniture.
like 2 walkers.
They're what? They're furniture?
That's a reference to a song.
Yeah.
Okay.
He killed like 2 walkers by himself. He killed a battle wagon by himself. He killed an entire unit of boys by himself because his unit was pretty much dead, by the way. So he just like went around just going, I do whatever I want with my 2-up save. Strength 8 power weapon that strikes at initiative 7. And I was like,
He does. He has a strength.
I couldn't do anything.
He has a power fist that
Yeah.
swings at initiative.
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
It's so silly.
So basically, he walked through everything that I had just by himself.
That's awesome.
So I think
Yeah,
that
the
guy's pretty
Scorpion's
good.
Claw.
Scorpion's Claw.
Great.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Well, base strength 4, and he has a Scorpion's Claw. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
You just hope your invuln save saves you. No, that did save. Yeah, you're dead.
It's pretty
Did
awesome.
Dave?
I'm waiting to see if anything broken comes out of the Remnants of Glory part, where they have the weird artifacts,
the
like
weird
the
artifacts.
Phoenix Gem
Well,
or whatever
one of
it
the things
is.
that
and
Josh,
the 48-inch one-shot run move.
well, it's not. I think you do it every turn. I don't
Yeah.
think- I don't think it's one shot.
Yeah. It's not one shot.
Yeah.
That's in it.
Josh was
I don't
talking
know.
about what you do with that is you put it on. It makes it so you want to bring an Autarch for at least Tammy says. So you put an Autark and you give him that sniper rifle or a Reaper launcher. Give him a Reaper launcher and he sits somewhere in a unit and he's just sitting there all game just going ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. And then turn 5 comes around and you go, now I run 48 inches and contest your objective. So it's a contest objective at the end game, kind of like 5th edition, where their wave serpents would fly all over the table and tank shock you out of the way, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm looking at my list, and I have my scorpions and a wave serpent. I'm gonna say no to that.
Take them out because they infiltrate. Scorpions can infiltrate.
Right.
So there's
Yeah,
no
they
reason
don't need
why
that.
you would.
And they have stealth.
They're amazing. Scorpion, they move through cover. So scorpions are amazing. I wish I had scorpions as Space Marines.
Okay, great. And but I'm thinking of putting another unit of Wraith Guard into a wave serpent. That seems like a good
Wraith Guard
combo.
with the D sides are amazing. I really think that's good.
Yeah.
I think it works. I think it plays. Especially because the meta right now is to run lots of tank line, or not tank lines, but infantry lines where you're just hanging out behind an Aegis defense line.
Yeah,
And
I've
you're all
come up
huddled.
against that a lot. Like at Valhalla, I'm not complaining, but I came up against Chaos Space Marines that all were behind their Aegis defense line.
It's because they're cheap. They're
I've
dirt
come
cheap.
up against another Chaos Space Marine army. They're all behind the
50
Aegis.
50
thing.
points, and everything behind it gets a 4-up cover save. And if they
Yeah.
go to ground, they get +2 to their cover save. So it's a 2-up cover save.
Yeah,
You're just like, oh, I'm just gonna hide.
I want to build something for my orcs.
they're back there sleeping. One guy gets shot in the foot and gets sent home. That's it.
Yeah. So I mean, it makes you have to have anti-cover, which is why you saw it start to go away with the Tau Codex, where they were like, hey, we're within 36 inches, we mark you up and we take away your cover save. So ha ha ha. And then now this is just another way to see it go. Another popular way to see it go is because all you have to do is put. I mean, you even have to put star engines on the guy. You just have your wave serpent. It moves 12 inches. Then it moves 18 inches, and you
turbo.
And
Is that what it's called? Flat out.
Flat out. And you've brought the 15-point upgrade that gives it +1 to its cover save if it moves. So now it's got a 4-up cover save when it moves, and when it goes flat out, it has a 3-up cover save. So if you're not a Tau player taking it, or some other guy who has an ignores cover and taking away the cover save off of that wave serpent, you can't. I mean, it's going to just make 3-up cover saves and ignore most of the things you're throwing at it. And then once you actually get past that or get rid of it, all of your hits that you do against it on a 2 or better, because of its shield, it just turns into a glance.
Yeah.
So then
I love that.
It takes a ton of fire first to take it down, and you fine. Let's glance all the way down. All right. Well, the guys just get out the back. They don't care. They're fearless. And now they hide. They huddle behind it, hiding to not worry about most of your firepower, and then they walk right over the top of it and hit you with their flamers anyway.
Yep.
If you get that far, and if you don't, then what it does is it goes up like you described earlier, 6 inches, flips around, they get out within 6 inches, it flips back around, and now you're like, they're here,
right in front of you,
flaming me to death.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're talking like 5 template hits. Strength 4, AP2, no cover saves.
Well, if you're
AP2.
If you try to assault it, then
wall of flame.
They wall of flame you, and you can get D3 hits.
Well, I'm starting to be for troops choices. I'm starting to look at jet bikes. So here's how it works.
So good.
You got 6 jet bikes, let's say, 112 points. That's all you paid for that. And then you throw in a warlock, and he's got protect. What is it?
Protect or seal.
Right.
The one that gives them a.
It gives them shrouded.
Either shrouded or the one that gives them a better armor save. Either way would work.
Right. Yeah. So they got 4-up jink for jet bikes.
Yep.
And
it's 5 up and then if they go flat out, you get +1.
No, I think the bike jink is 4.
No, it's 5.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Who's got? I looked this up just last night. Can somebody look it up?
I got it right here.
Okay, good.
I'll look it up for you.
Please do.
I'm sorry, it is 5 up.
No, you're right. Because under bikes, it doesn't say they get a save. It says they have jink.
Which gives 5.
And jink is 5 up. Yeah. Okay, got it. So, but you put that guy in there, it makes it a 3-up.
Right.
Cover save just for moving.
Just for moving.
Or, they could be right out in the open.
Or vice versa, you go the other way.
And they're toughness 4.
They're toughness 4.
Yeah. So, and I found by playing Zoanthropes that toughness 4 with a 3+ invulnerable save is so hard to get rid of.
Yep.
So hard to get. So I'm thinking minimum 12 jet bikes, 2 units of 6.
They're brutal, dude. They're fast. They'll go where you want to go. They get up close. They get up
36-inch flat out.
Is there a character that makes them troops or anything?
No, they are
They're
troops.
Are they troops? Okay.
Yeah, they're
You
troops.
just do all jet bikes.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, whoa, did I buy those Dire Avengers and a Wave Serpent for nothing?
I wouldn't play Dire Avengers. I'd play Guardians still.
Guardians are good.
Because, I mean...
Yeah, but Guardians aren't cool.
Guardians are cool.
Dire
They're
Avengers.
cheap.
Storm Guardians.
Dire Avengers have those cool helmets,
What?
though.
What's wrong with Storm Guardians?
Storm Guardians are not cool. They can't bring up the weapon platform. We're talking about something to hold an objective, right? Like, Sean's talking about having units of jet bikes. And jet bikes are great, but if you want to hold an objective, especially in 6th edition when it's half the objectives, let's say it's an even number of objectives, you're going to place half the objectives. So you get to choose where to place them. So if you have a unit of Guardians, 20-man strong, 10-man strong, whatever, you put your Warlock that has the conceal in there, and you put that objective in a piece of terrain, and you plant those guys on there, and you cast conceal every turn, and now they have a 3 of cover save, and you spread them out so blast won't kill them.
They're holding it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they have a 5 up armor save. Yeah, they're toughness 3, so they're gonna. I mean, if something actually starts to start killing them, it'll hurt. Yeah. But if they don't, if you spread your guys out right, and there's other things to deal with, your opponent's not going to have the time or maybe the range to be able to deal with those guys. Because you can put a piece of an objective in the corner of the table now,
or
6 inches away,
or
take an Aegis yourself.
That'd be pretty gross.
Can't Storm Guardians take flamers though? Still?
Yeah, there was a company. It was Mr. Dandy.
Objective in the backfield,
Yeah. Why can't they just hold the objective then?
Because they're not contributing to your fight at all. At least the Guardians can have a weapon platform that can shoot every turn at your
lance or
enemies.
something. Lances are always useful.
Bright lances. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm looking at Shuriken weapon. Like, okay, so now let's talk about our jet bikes again. So I don't know how much the Shuriken cannons cost, but you have 6 jet bikes. 2 of them have Shuriken cannons.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, let's see, 8 shots twin linked, and then 6 shots not twin linked.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot, and then with rending on top of
I was
that,
gonna say they get the rending.
effectively blade storm, right?
Yeah.
That's like a lot of hurt.
And you put a Warlock in there too, with the power, and he's beefy. He's beefy enough that, I mean, if you do get charged once.
Yeah. Well, and you can do shenanigans with his rune armor too. Assign power fist hits to him or whatever it is. I don't know. It's kind of like a mini storm shield, basically. Oh, and he can have a witchblade. Remember what those do. What's good about a witchblade? What makes a
Wounds on 2.
That's it? Oh, that's not that great. Doesn't it
It's
have a thing where it
take a
kills somebody on a leadership test? Nothing like that.
You're thinking of the new.
Force weapons?
They have a new. Well, Eldar got a force weapon, but no, there's a new spear, or there's a new weapon. It's called. It makes you take a leadership check.
Yeah,
take
Soul Razor, whatever it is.
I don't remember what it's
The
called.
Dire
Sword.
Avengers.
Dire sword.
Dire Sword, yeah.
It's a dire sword.
And it splits the soul from the body. Awesome.
Well, it sounds good.
Warlocks
Great.
are great for their spells and what they can add to a unit.
Right.
They're not close combat.
No.
Anything.
Well, they have one attack.
Corbulo not only beat all 5 of those Wraith Guard pretty much by himself, he also beat the Seer Council that came in and tried to fight him last night. He was just like, oh look, okay, so you're swinging at me, okay, you wounded me a little bit. Okay,
Stupid Corbulo! I've gone up against him before.
I love that guy.
All right, guys, that's about 24 minutes, so thanks a lot. That was really good. Ah, that's good.